$680 billion. This is what Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, and Tesla, the 7 biggest tech companies on the planet, are spending on AI infrastructure this year alone. In 1 year, $680 billion. And a massive chunk of this is going into data centers, which are the physical buildings that power every AI model you've ever used. Every cloud app, every UPI payment, every reel you've scrolled through. Now here's where it gets really interesting for us as Indian investors. This wave is hitting India too. At a recent government summit, over $200 billion of AI investments were discussed for India. Reliance has committed $110 billion towards AI infrastructure. Adani has announced $100 billion into AI-ready data centers by 2035. And the government has locked in tax incentives supporting this build-out all the way to 2047. This is the largest computing infrastructure build-out India has ever seen. And billions of rupees are already starting to move. So the real question, the one that actually matters for your portfolio is, where is the most predictable money going to be made from all of this? And let me tell you, it might not be the companies building the data centers. Hi, I'm Aparna, and in today's video, we are breaking down 7 sectors that sit right inside India's data center boom. Each one a proxy play on this theme. We'll look at real listed companies in each of these 7 sectors with actual numbers, order books, and management commentary showing this demand is already showing up on the ground. By the end, you'll have a full map of this opportunity, so stay till the end. Okay, let's get started. But before we get into the sectors, let me give you one simple mental model that will make all of this tie up together. Think about the car industry. When you buy a Tata or a Hyundai, who makes the money? Obviously, the car company, right? But by the time that car reached you, a dozen other companies had already been paid. The tire manufacturer, the headlight supplier, the windshield maker, the wiring vendor. These companies got paid before the car was even sold. They don't care if you picked a Tata or a Hyundai, they supplied both. Data centers work exactly the same way. Every data center needs power infrastructure, cooling systems, fiber cables, computing hardware, and a building to sit in. The companies supplying all of that get paid regardless of which data center operator ultimately wins. That's the opportunity we'll be talking about. Not picking the winner, but owning what every winner depends on, which is basically called proxy investing. And if you want to understand it in detail, we have already done a dedicated video on it. You can watch it here. Also, one quick disclaimer, today many companies claim to be AI companies, but here in this video, we focus only on businesses showing real exposure to the data center ecosystem through order books, partnerships, or infrastructure participation. So let's go sector by sector. Proxy play number 1 is data center operators. This is the most direct play. Companies that are actually building and operating data centers. One interesting name here is Techno Electric and Engineering. Most people know them as a traditional power EPC company, but they are quietly transitioning into digital infrastructure. They already run a 36 megawatt hyperscale data center in Chennai. Their edge data center in Gurgaon is fully sold out in terms of capacity. Now they're bringing new edge facilities live in Noida and Mumbai and evaluating 5 to 6 more locations across India. This is not a company planning to enter data centers. They are already operating, already sold out and expanding. Then at the larger end of this is Adani Connex, which has already operationalized 14.4 megawatt of capacity, 9.6 in Pune, 4.8 in Hyderabad, with more nearing completion. Reliance Industries is also positioning itself aggressively in AI infrastructure and high-performance computing. The strategy is to integrate telecom networks, cloud platforms, and AI compute all under one single ecosystem. There are other participants in this space too. Bharti Airtel, which is expanding hyperscale data centers. Macrotech developers, which are developing data center parks using its land bank. And TCS, which is supporting enterprise cloud infrastructure. But here's the thing about this first direct layer. These are the most obvious plays. Everyone can see them, which means the real edge for you as investors might actually be one step deeper in the companies supplying these operators. That's where it gets interesting. So let's move on to the second layer. Proxy play number 2, power infrastructure. Think about what it actually takes to run a data center. A single hyperscale data center can consume as much electricity as a small town. And AI GPU clusters, well, they need far more power than traditional servers. So before a single server goes live, the power infrastructure has to be there. generators, transformers, switchgear, power distribution systems. One company worth understanding in this space is TD Power Systems. They manufacture industrial generators up to 250 MVA capacity, which are used in large infrastructure facilities exactly like data centers. Now, here's the number that stands out. Management has highlighted that their order book is currently booked out for nearly the next 3 years, which means 3 years of revenue visibility. Another key player that stands out in this layer is CG Power and Industrial Solutions, which manufactures transformers, motors, and switchgear equipment that is widely used in industrial facilities and power distribution networks. Then there is APAR Industries, which produces conductors and specialty cables used in electricity transmission and distribution. Another engineering supplier is MTAR Technologies. It manufactures precision components used in energy systems and advanced industrial infrastructure. Global names like Schneider Electric and Hitachi Energy are also deeply embedded in hyperscale power systems. Together, these companies form the electrical backbone that powers the data center ecosystem. As more hyperscale facilities get built across India, demand for generators, transformers, electrical equipment, and power transmission components rises alongside them. With that, let's move on to layer number 3, which is cooling infrastructure. Yes, thousands of servers running 24/7 generate enormous heat, and AI GPU clusters run even hotter than traditional systems. If the cooling fails, the servers fail. So cooling isn't optional, it's as critical as the power itself. So as AI infrastructure expands, cooling systems are becoming an increasingly important engineering component inside modern data centers. This creates the third proxy opportunity: cooling and thermal management suppliers. One interesting company here is KRN Heat Exchanger and Refrigeration Limited. They make fin and tube heat exchangers, the HVAC, and industrial cooling components used in large facilities. In just the first 9 months of FY26, they reported revenue of 485 crore and net profit of around 54 crore. That shows strong, consistent demand showing up in actual numbers. Another company participating in this ecosystem is Aeroflex Industries, which manufactures metallic flexible flow solutions and stainless steel hose systems used in fluid transfer and thermal management applications across industrial infrastructure. Then there is D Development Engineers. They make high-pressure piping systems used in energy and industrial infrastructure. Recently, they secured an international order worth over $40 million, which is roughly 360 crore for HRSG piping systems for 16 units for a large global OEM. That's just one order from one customer for a company most retail investors have never even heard of. Larger HVAC players like Voltas, Blue Star, and Ember Enterprises also participate in this cooling ecosystem across large infrastructure deployments. Okay, so let's move on to the next proxy play: fiber cables and networking. Now, once a data center is built and powered and cooled, the data still has to move instantly at a massive scale between servers, cloud platforms, enterprises, and users across the country. That requires dense optical fiber networks and high-capacity data transmission infrastructure. Let's look at the Indian companies that are particularly well-positioned here. Sterlite Technologies is a global supplier of optical fiber cables. They recently highlighted in their management commentary that global fiber demand is recovering sharply. The other one is HFCL. They manufacture optical fiber and optical fiber cables. They are expanding optical fiber cable capacity from 30.5 million fiber kilometers to over 42 million fiber kilometers by 2026. And they have already secured export orders worth $192 million, which reflects rising global demand for exactly this infrastructure. Then there is Phenolix Cables, which manufactures electrical and communication cables used across telecom and data transmission networks. Bharti Hexacom participates from the telecom infrastructure side, providing network connectivity that supports large digital infrastructure deployments. Another company linked to the ecosystem is Precision Wires India, which manufactures enameled copper winding wires used in electrical equipment and power infrastructure systems that support data center operations. These aren't companies hoping to benefit from data centers, they are already seeing the orders coming. Now let's move on to proxy play number 5, compute infrastructure and AI hardware. This is the layer which is closest to the actual AI action. At the center of every data center is compute power. This is where AI models are trained, data is processed, and cloud workloads run. As AI adoption accelerates, demand for high-performance computing systems, GPU clusters, and AI servers is increasing rapidly. This creates the fifth proxy opportunity: companies building compute infrastructure. One company that's genuinely hard to ignore here is NetWeb Technologies. They design and manufacture high-performance computing systems, AI supercomputers, and private cloud infrastructure. The numbers are strong too. In the latest quarter, the company reported revenue of about 805 crore, growing 141% year-on-year, while profit after tax reached around 73 crore, up nearly 147%. And here's the part that tells you where this is going. 64% of their revenue in the last quarter came in from AI systems, not from traditional servers, but from AI. They also executed a strategic AI infrastructure order worth 450 crore, which is aimed at strengthening India's domestic AI computing capabilities. Another name in this space is E2E Networks, which is a GPU-focused cloud platform built specifically for AI workloads. In the latest quarter, operational revenue reached about 70 crore, growing around 68% year-on-year. And they've already deployed Blackwell GPUs, NVIDIA's latest generation, at their Chennai facility. That's not a company playing catch-up, that's a company at the frontier. So as AI adoption grows, demand for GPU clusters, AI servers, and cloud compute infrastructure continues to rise. Now let's move on to the next player. Proxy plays number 6, system integrators. Building a data center isn't just installing servers and switching them on. Everything has to work together. Servers, networking, storage, security, cloud architecture. Someone has to integrate all of it and keep it running. That's where system integrators come in. One company operating in this space is Dynacon System and Solutions. It provides data center infrastructure, cloud deployment, and managed IT services. An important point here is the company's strong PSU and government client base, where large digital infrastructure projects are increasingly being executed. An important point here is the company's strong PSU and government client base, where large digital infrastructure projects are increasingly being executed. Another player here is Blackbox Limited, which specializes in network integration and data center connectivity across global enterprise clients. As more data centers come online and more enterprises migrate their workloads, the demand for companies that make all of this work together only grows. And finally, we come to the most overlooked layer of all, proxy play number 7, which is construction and building infrastructure. Before any server goes in, before any fiber gets laid, before any cooling system gets installed, someone has to build the building. Data centers are massive industrial facilities. They need high load structures, specialized engineering, and fast construction timelines because operators want capacity online very quickly. So let's look at the players placed in here. One company in this space is InterArch Building Products. The company specializes in pre-engineered steel buildings which are widely used in large industrial and infrastructure projects. These structures allow faster construction timelines, which is important for data center operators trying to bring new capacity online quickly. Another player is Welspun Corp. They operate across large infrastructure and industrial projects, and management has highlighted increasing opportunities emerging from energy, infrastructure, and industrial capex cycles, which includes data center-related developments. Then there is L&T, one of India's largest engineering and construction companies. The company has a strong presence in data center EPC projects, and its buildings and factory segment continues to participate in large-scale digital infrastructure projects being developed across the country. So as India builds more hyperscale data centers and demand for engineering, construction, and industrial infrastructure continues to rise. So let's put the whole picture together. India's data center boom is just getting started, and the companies supplying this ecosystem across 7 layers could benefit from every single data center that gets built. You don't have to pick the winner, you just have to understand the ecosystem. And one more important thing before I wrap this, none of these are recommendations. This is for you to think in the right direction, do your own research, and make informed decisions that are right for your own portfolio. If this gave you a new way to look at the data center theme, hit like, share it with someone who's been trying to figure out how to invest in AI, and subscribe because we break down the parts of the market that actually matter to your portfolio. See you in the next one.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.